Today we're making the ultimate comfort food, bacon mac and cheese. Creamy, cheesy and loaded with crispy bacon. This isn't one of those light recipes, so be warned. This is full-on, unapologetic comfort food, exactly the way it should be. It's easy, it's indulgent, and quite honestly, it's really hard to stop eating once you start. I hope you're all well. I'm Shane. Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. This really is an easy recipe, and it's one of those ones that we go to when we're looking for a quick fix, when we're all out and about. So, let's get cooking. Here I've got a saucepan on a rolling boil, and to that we're going to add macaroni. Now if you can't get macaroni, just use like elbow pasta if you can find it. If not, replace it with like a penne or a rigatoni. It works absolutely fine. But macaroni, I had some in, so we're going to add some to that. It's probably enough for 4 of us, and we're going to add a little bit of salt just to season up that water. And we're going to let that cook for probably 2 or 3 minutes under what the pack is telling us to do, because we want it al dente. Okay, so our pasta's done, took 8 minutes. So I'm just going to drain this off, and then we can crack on and make our lovely cheesy bacon sauce to go with it. So make sure you've got a pan that's going to be big enough to take all that pasta and the sauce. I've got a nice decent sized one here. And to that, just a bit of olive oil, probably about half a tablespoon there, and then 1 onion diced. And we just want to soften that down a little bit, probably about a minute or so. While that's doing that, we can crack on with the bacon. And I'm not shy on this one. I'm using a whole pack of smoked bacon. Bring it out. And you just want to chop this up into nice little squares, really, or a dice, as the chefs would say. And there we go. That's now ready to go in there. Obviously, this is going to shrink down, and we want to crisp it up. So once it gets in the pan, I'll be able to separate it properly. Okay, so the onion's had its minute. Now's the time to add in our bacon. Get it all in there. And then stir that around. And what you want to do is try and just break up all these little chunks of bacon so that they all crisp up nicely. What you don't really want is chunks. So that's looking good. Look, we're getting some nice crispy bacon. The onions are crisping up a little bit too. Now, I just want to take a little bit of that out, and I'm going to put it into my little blitzer. Not too much, just a couple of scoops down. I'll put that to one side. We'll come back to that in a bit. And then to that, I want to add some butter. So I've just got a few cubes of butter there. And let that melt in. And we're basically now going to start making the cheese sauce to wrap itself around that pasta and this lovely bacon. I mean, the smell is amazing. I mean, I could probably just eat what's in that pan now, but I know it's going to be even better. To that, I'm going to add some onion granules, some garlic powder. Again, if you want to use fresh garlic, by all means do so. And I've got some dried thyme as well. I like the dried thyme in it. If you want to swap it out, use parsley, whatever you prefer. And then I'm going in also with about half a tablespoon there of Dijon mustard. Again, just give that a little mix around. Get it to know each other. Then to that, flour. Again, stir it in. Basically making like a roux there. I'm not going to add any salt to this, but I am going to add cracked black pepper. Again, season this to your taste buds. I know that bacon will be pretty salty. That's it, that's looking good. Cook that flour out, and then we're going to gradually add in milk. Now I'm just using semi-skim milk. Whole milk would be even nicer, and if you've got some double cream, add a dash of that in there as well. Lovely. That's it, just slowly incorporate it. Don't worry about any lumps, that will go as it cooks out. That's it. Now I'm using about 500 millilitres of milk here. I may need a little bit more, but again, everyone's preferences are different on their mac and cheese. Some people like a really thick mac and cheese, others like it a little bit thinner. I'm somewhere in the middle, but you can always adjust it. That's it. I'm going to add the rest of that in there now. And we're just going to let that cook out for about 2 to 3 minutes, just so it starts to thicken up and all of that flour is incorporated with that milk. Okay, so you'll see, look, we've got a really nice consistency there. Exactly what I'm looking for. And the pasta has a tendency to thicken it a little bit, as will the cheese that we're about to add in. So here I've got some strong, mature cheddar. Again, adjust it if you don't like the strong. Just use a mild or a medium, or switch it up completely. Use some blue cheese if you prefer. And then I'm going to add some mozzarella, just some grated mozzarella. That's going to go in as well. I've saved some of the cheddar back because we're going to use some for our topping as well. And just let that melt in to our lovely umptuous sauce. Oh. Okay, so that cheese has melted. Look, we're getting some cheese pull almost from that mozzarella. It's like fondue. Oh, yes. In with our macaroni. Get that all in. Guys, I just did put a little bit of, when I drained it, a little bit of olive oil onto that pasta, just to try and stop it from all sticking together. And you just want to now bring this all together, make sure that that pasta is lovely, is coated all over. Yes. Again, at this stage, it's still not too late if you want to loosen it up, add a little bit more milk. But I'm happy with that. Okay, so this is done. So I'm going to switch the heat off. That can sit there. I did reserve some of the bacon and a little bit of the onion. And what I like to do with it, I've got one of these coffee grinders. If you've watched the channel before, you've probably seen me use it. And I'm just going to grind that up. I've let it cool slightly. Perfect. And it makes almost like a paste or crumb, if you like. And then here I've got just some panko breadcrumbs, which we're going to put on the top with the reserved cheddar that we had. So add those to your panko. Lovely. And then in with our bacon crumb. Oh, let me get a spoon. Let me get the rest of that out. There's still some in the bottom there. Don't want to lose any of that. It's going to give it this lovely bacony crispiness on the top as well. And then just mix that all together. Just make sure that that bacon is mixed all the way through all of that crumb. Great, let's put that to one side. And we're bringing our oven-proof dish. Now, if you're going to cook it in the oven, I'm not, but if you are, 180 is what you want that preheated to. And it will cook in there for about 25 minutes, 20 to 25. You really just want that top to crisp up. But today I'm going to be cooking it in the air fryer because it's cheaper and it's quicker. Just empty all of your lovely, just the right amount as well, even better. Get the last of that sauce out. And then grab your bacon cheese crumb and we're just going to spread that all around over the top. Hope that this crisps up beautifully. I like the crunch, I'll be honest. Mac and cheese can be quite sort of samey, a bit sort of wet, should I say. So I like the difference when you got that nice crispy top. There we go, use it all up. Perfect. So I'll see you over at the air fryer and let's finish this off. I'm glad I didn't go for a bigger dish because it definitely wouldn't have fitted in there. Okay, so let's get it in the air fryer. Okay, so we're going to cook this at 200 for 10 minutes. Might take slightly longer, might take slightly less. Remember guys, everyone's air fryers are slightly different, so just adjust the times accordingly. Okay, so we are done. Actually only took 8 minutes at the 200, so adjust your time. As I say, you just never know. Let's move it across. It is very, very hot. And let's dish some of this up. Cannot wait. Let's cut in. Oh. Smells are absolutely wonderful. Get a nice portion like that. Look. Oh. Can hear the crumb on the bowl. I'll put it down there. Okay. For the big moment. It's really, really creamy off the bat. That cheese has done a great job. That is very Moorish. Absolutely stunning. It's creamy, it's cheesy, it's bacony, it's got the crunch on it. I could eat a truckload of that. That is very, very good. Guys, you saw how easy this was. As I say, do it in the air fryer or the oven. Great thing about that, you can reheat it a couple of times over, portion it up, however you want to do it, and I'm sure it will be a winner. Guys, that's it from me for today. I really do appreciate you watching. If you like the content, please don't forget to subscribe. Please also like, share, and comment. If you try this, let me know, or if you've got a variation on it, also let me know. I'll put all of the details of today's bacon mac and cheese down below in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.